So YieldMax Misti went X today. And yesterday we had that huge pop in the market. So you kind of had to figure this was going to happen. Stick around and we'll go over it. Hello my friends, this is Legend. So the market had a huge pop yesterday. It was one of the largest up days I heard since World War II. So that's kind of crazy that we had one of the largest green candles that the market has seen since then. That's insane. So let's just go ahead and check out the charts. So here we are on the Webull charts, and I've got the SPY pulled up currently, and that's off of the S&P 500. And this huge green candle, that was yesterday. That is where we went from around that 493-ish all the way up to about 549. So it moved like $50 yesterday. Insane. Well, today you kind of had to figure that we were going to have a little bit of a pullback because of that huge day. I imagine a lot of people were going to take profits today. So there looks like over the night hours here, there were a lot of profit taking. I wonder if we can see anything on the 5-minute. So let's look at that. Okay, so here we are on the 5-minute chart, and let's just go ahead and go right up here. And I will also turn on the night so we can get the full view here throughout the entire night of last night. This is that huge pop that we had yesterday right there. Boom. It was around about that 1 o'clock and it just shot up, right? Went all the way up to here. And then this is after hours and this is overnight. So this is from about 8 o'clock, I believe it is, till 4 a.m. Looks like it was trading downward here. So it went from about, say, 545 to about 535. So it looks like it dropped maybe $10 overnight. And then the pre-market is right here. So it went from that 535 to about an open of 534. So somewhat trading sideways right there. And then once it opened, then it fell. It fell pretty hard. It went all the way down to 509.58, but then did come back up and ended up closing at 524.58. So we are having some major violent swings in the stock market. It is just some crazy times. There's a lot of stocks that are doing this. I mean, you can just about pull any stock up and you'll see roughly the same kind of pattern. Here's Meta, and as you can see, there's that fall, and then just Meta started trading sideways after that, right? So there's Apple, same thing, the big fall, and then it popped back up, kind of like what the SPY did. And let's take a look at Misti. And Misti fell, popped up a little bit, and then traded sideways. And of course, Mr. will look a lot like Misti. There's the fall, pop up, and trade sideways. So everything here is all looking pretty similar. So it's not a particular stock itself that is fallen. It is not Mr. that is crashing down. It is not Misti that is going under. It is the market itself. Now, that doesn't help anything, right? That doesn't help our Misti, the fact that the market is crashing on down. But you can't say that Misti itself is crashing down and it's a crap stock or a crap ETF, right? It is really just falling and following the market itself. The market itself is just tanking everything. There's a lot of uncertainty in the market and it is just bringing everything down. So let's go back to Misti here and let's go back to the day time frame and let's just see where we're at on the chart. Okay, so here we are on the day time frame of the chart. So every candle is a full day. And as we had stated before, this is that huge pop yesterday. And then it opened way down here. Now, part of that opening is the distribution being paid out, right? That $1.33, that has to come out of the price of the stock. So it did close at $21.01. So it took out $1.33 and then some, right? Because of the market falling. So by the time it opened, it actually opened at $18.90. And then we closed today at $18.27. Now, we are still holding somewhat our support line. It has not confirmed a breakdown on that support line yet. Could it? Sure. The way the market has been, nothing out there is safe as far as the price. But keep in mind, as long as you are investing into some good quality stocks, over time, it will go back up. Now, YieldMax is still new, right? It's still new. We do not know how they are going to handle crashes. But I will say this. We've already crashed down around 20%, and Misti is still holding strong, right? I mean, it's looking rough, but it's still holding. It's still holding. So, you have to kind of understand that there's only so much it can do, and there's only so much Mr. can do, right? Mr. being the underlying of Misti are both Bitcoin plays. And if we look at Bitcoin, as you can see, it's been having a rough time as well. We hit that 109,000, and we've been as low just recently of close to about 74,000. So currently we're at 79,000. So with Bitcoin down, we see a little pullback with Mr. But overall, because the market is down, it is pulling a lot of stuff down just because people are pulling out of the market. I imagine there are a lot of people going cash, thinking they'll pull out now, let the market settle down, and then buy back in. But I will have to say this. We don't know where the bottom is. You don't know when it's going to turn and start going up and recover, and you don't know how fast it's going to recover. I mean, this is a perfect example right here. What if this was the bottom, say for Mr., and this was the start of the recovery, and that start jumping almost $59? You can't even jump in quick enough. I mean, unless you're sitting at the computer staring at the screens all day, but I know I don't do that. I have a job, so I'm not looking at the screens. I'm checking them out at the end of the day, just like everybody else. And as you can see here, a almost $59 move up to the close. Wow, crazy. But then you have this drop here. So was that a false pop? Don't know. Are we coming on back down? We could. Or are we going to make a new higher low and start moving back up? Possible. If you can see this candle here, there's the low for that candle. The next candle, it's got a low right here, so it's a higher low. This candle's, the bottom of that candle is another higher low. So let's just see if Friday can give us another higher low. If so, we might see a little bit of an uptrend like it's right here, moving back on up toward that 344. Don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody has a crystal ball, and nobody can tell the future. Tomorrow it could pop up or it could crash on down. We are definitely in some very volatile times. But again, if we look at Misti, it might be giving us another time to buy, right? We could be seeing that low right here and giving us a chance to buy. Or we could be getting that low and then it just keep on getting lower and lower as the market keeps pulling everything down. But again, I have to say, it is not just Misti. So you can't single out Misti itself. You can't single it out. The entire market is down. So what am I doing? Well, currently, I am just sitting on what I have, and I am watching this yellow line right here. And when it drops down below that 10, then I am looking to potentially purchase a share or two. Now, I'm not buying many shares because I'm still trying to recoup my capital. So I do not want to necessarily push that out further and further and further. I am trying to gather as much distributions to put toward that capital to get that paid off so that I can start buying more shares with the YieldMax money instead of using my money at risk. But that's how I'm playing it. You play it the way you see it and the way that you feel is best. There's some out there who are playing a little bit more hot, and that's your portfolio, and you are the boss of your portfolio, and you go at it. And there's some out there who have already got their capital back and are just raking in the distributions. I am not one of them yet, but I'm working on it. So I think I'm going to wrap it up right there. If you don't mind, please subscribe, hit the like button, and share this video. It'd be much appreciated. And as always, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence before you get into any stock plays. And until next time, legend out.